Savior's God, victorious. My chains are gone. My day is paid. From death to life and grace to grace.
Good morning.
It's
Morning.
heaven that owns that vacant tomb. How great is the hope that lives in you. The passion that tore through hell like gold. The promise that rolled back within its stone. If freedom is worth the life you raised, where is my sin? Where is my shame? I'm Jesus. It's nothing at all to have my life. I want to know how glorious our Savior's God, victorious. My chains are gone, my debt is paid. From death to life and grace to grace. When I see that cross, I see.
Okay, good morning, guys. Welcome back. I hope that all of you have enjoyed your holidays, that you are well rested, and that you are ready to get back into your studies. Um, so let me have you guys turn on your cameras. Take pictures of this and then you send it to mom. She'll send it. On my one. Okay, guys, let me have you guys turn on your cameras. Don't be shy. I am going to begin with a word of prayer and then we're going to get started with what we have planned for today. All right? So, let us pray, guys. Heavenly and gracious Father, thank you, dear Lord, for another day of life. Thank you, dear God, for allowing each one of us, Lord, to be able to be here present, to be able to join in this virtual session, Lord, and to learn um, what we have to for this specific week. That is our first week back. Dear God, thank you for all of the blessings that we had over the holidays, Lord. Thank you for the blessing of a new year, Lord, and thank you for the blessing of being able to continue this school year. Dear God, as we are almost halfway through this school year, Lord, I ask that you guide each one of these students, that they may make the right decisions, Lord, that they may be responsible, may be respectful, may be determined, Lord, to be able to push harder, to learn, to study, to work hard, to accomplish their goal, Lord, for this school year. You're going to ask that you bless each one of their families and their loved ones, Lord, that they may continue supporting these students in these difficult times, Lord. And as we continue virtually, Lord, for the meantime, I ask that you prepare them, Lord, for that phase of going into face to face. I ask this in your son's precious name. Amen. Okay. So, as I said, welcome back to all of you. I hope that you guys enjoyed your holidays, and then we are back. So this is our first session for this week. And if you guys had read the note that was sent by your homerooms, then this is basically our welcoming and our revision week. So now what does that mean? That this week, everything that we have planned for you guys is to review what you have already learned or what was taught to you before you went out for the break, right? Okay, so let's see. What I have planned for this week is, since we have 4 sessions, we're going to be using these sessions. Um, Today, I have a very short activity. It's something that we can do in the chat. We should not take long to do that. And then I have reminders and I have announcements for you guys. On Tuesday and Wednesday, I will be doing the revision and some, stressing on the word, some sections of the revision assignment. And then on Thursday, I will begin teaching you guys. So now for next week, even though it's not, how can I put it? Next week we will have other things to work with. I will still be teaching some concepts to you guys, which we will not have time to cover. Things that you need to know before we go into the other unit. All right. And then that is what I'm going to be starting off with on Thursday. So this is basically the breakdown for this week. Well, I already did my prayer. Happy holidays, blessings. And I want to share one quote and then we go into the activity for this week. And the quote says, "It doesn't matter how slow you go as long as you don't give up." And I want you guys to have that in mind because we are basically closing off the cycle. This assignment that is for this week, the review assessment, is going to be your last grade. And if that last grade does not help your grade, and I'm going to be giving you guys your grades today, so your average, so that you know where you stand, then that means that you have to push harder for cycle 3 and cycle 4. If you already failed, and let me stress that you already failed one cycle, so cycle 1 you failed, let's talk about math, you failed math in cycle 1, you cannot fail cycle 2, cycle 3, cycle 4. You have to pass all the other 3 cycles. All right, so you have to have that in mind. And for all of your subjects, even though math is a core subject and you have to pass math for you guys to get promoted to your other farm, it still involves all of your other subjects. All of your subjects are important. And you have to, and I stressed this, and Miss Katsin, before she left also, she stressed that if you guys did not submit your work before she left, it's going to be very difficult for you guys to make up those grades or to submit your missing grades. You have to be very, very responsible. You can say, I will submit it whenever I feel like, because that does not work. And right now, especially for math, you are stranded in this place because if you are failing right now, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to be able to make up those grades. I'm talking specifically about the online students, because the online students are the ones that Mrs. Katsim was teaching. When it comes to the package students, now the package students are a little bit different because I was the one that was taking a look at the package students and their work. So in that aspect, it's a little bit different. But we will see what it is that we can agree upon, especially for those of you that are not doing well. All right. So now our welcoming activity, and I have 2 things, and we're gonna be doing this in the chat. We're going to be answering the first one first and then the second one, right? So now the first one says, what is one thing that was new for this holiday for you? So, and we're going to do this in the chat. It can be one word, it can be a sentence. I don't want a paragraph and I don't want a story. I want you guys to think about what over the 3 weeks of your holiday, what was something different that happened these 3 weeks that usually does not happen when you guys are out for Christmas break or for Christmas holiday? What was something that was new to you? And I will share for my holidays. Um for this holiday I had two of my aunts and uncles, one of my aunt and one of my uncle that live outside of the country. They were here for this holiday. So I got the opportunity to spend time with them, and that was something that was new for me because I had not seen my aunt. I think in 6 years I had not seen her physically, like she was back in the country. And then my uncle, I had not seen my uncle in 3 years. So that was something new for me that I got to spend the Christmas holidays with them. Now, I want you guys to put your one in the chat. What was something different that happened? And it could be something simple, like I didn't eat black cake for this holiday. Like I don't like black cakes, but that could be something that was new for you. What was something that happened this holiday, or something that did not happen this holiday that was new for you? Put it in the chat, guys, quickly, quickly. And then the other one that I have, what was one thing that was missing for this holiday for you? What was something that you wish you could have had this holiday, or something that you could have done? And for me, for the holidays, usually for the holidays I travel a lot, and that was something that I could not do this holiday. I could not be traveling a lot. Um in in uh, for New Year's, I would usually stay until midnight or after midnight with my family when I go to village, and I could not do that this year because of the COVID. So then that was something that was missing for me. I wasn't able to do the things that I usually do, especially for New Year's. Okay, so I see that Alan has shared. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Marielle. Let me have everybody type something in. If you don't want to answer both questions, you can choose which one to answer, and you only answer one of them. You can say what was something new, that happened, or what was something that was missing. One new thing. See, Ernest, and you were complaining that you were working and you got to buy things for your family. Thank
Yes,
you.
miss. I was working, miss. And I bought new things, miss, also.
Thank you very much for sharing, Ernest. Okay, so, and I imagine my family usually does a gathering for Christmas, and we could not do that this year. And whoosh, my family is huge, huge, huge. So we could not have that many persons for Christmas. So that was something as well in my family. Three of your cousins were not in the village, and I miss my grandma. Okay, thank you for sharing, guys. I miss the KK in the 26. I have. Thank you for sharing, Ryan. After 10 years. Thank you. I think that is Josue. Josue, is that on you, Josh Martinez?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Okay, guys, thank you for sharing. Those of you that are still typing, you guys can continue sharing, and then I will just continue with what I have for today, right? Um, Now, what I want to talk about is the celebration of learning The celebration of learning, I had posted, those of you that are online, I had posted the celebration of learning from since like mid December, I think. I posted those, and you guys could work on those from since then. So if you have done your celebration of learning, you can just submit that, and then that's it. You don't have to worry about that. For Google Classroom, let me show that. And then those of you that are packaged, I had sent it as well in the WhatsApp group to the Google Meet. Okay. Okay, so you guys should be able to see this now. Your celebration of learning is right here. I have the instructions posted there, what you guys are supposed to be doing, your part A. My best work, so you guys are to choose any two activities that you did. Then you choose those two that you think are your best. It's one paragraph reflection, and there are the prompts that you can use, the questions that you can answer. And then you have to do your video. Your video cannot be shorter than 1 minute. So I don't want a video of 10 seconds. It's like, hi, miss, I like your class, and then that's it. That is not a video presentation. It has to be between 1 minute and 3 minutes. It should not be more than 3 minutes. All right. And in your video, what do you talk about in your video? The same thing that you write in your reflection, you are going to talk about it. I don't want you to read it. So you're not going to write your reflection and then you have somebody hold the phone for you and you are reading the paragraph, because that is not what you're supposed to be doing. All right. If in your reflection you say that these two activities helped you become better God worshippers, and you write those things in your reflection, then you talk about it. And in your video, you're gonna say, in this first assignment that had to do with fractions, I became a better God worshiper because I understood that or things that I can do to grow in my faith and better follow. And you explain those things in your video, right? You're not going to be reading your reflection. And if you have already done it, you can submit it. I see some people have already sent their ones. Those of you that are on package, you are gonna send it via WhatsApp, and then you send those. These are due on January 20. January 20 is next week, Thursday. Right? So, if you have done it over the holidays, that's very good for you. You don't have to do anything else. If you have not done it as well, you still have time to do it. All right? Any questions with the celebration of learning? Okay. Now, this section, grades, missing assignments, incomplete assignments. A deadline was provided to you guys. And let me remind you guys, I think that I had asked you guys to submit those to, I'm talking about the online group. For those of you that were online, you guys had a deadline with Miss Katsim because she was only going to stay until it was time, until the last Friday, I think, when she was there, which was the 17th of December. If you did not submit it to her, so if in Google Classroom it still writes missing, then it will have to stay like that, because if you did not submit it on the deadline that she said, it is not going to be graded. And then I think that she explained that, and I explained that as well, because we did say that she was not going to be here anymore. So you guys had to send it to her before she left so that she could check it. Now, those of you that were packaged, on the other hand, those of you that are packaged, you still received a deadline, and most of you have missing assignments still. And I had sent you guys the roster, and I had sent you guys those documents so that you could see it. And some of you still have missing assignments, and the deadline has passed. So What is going to be happening now? Let me just open my grade book for you guys. I am quickly going to be reading out your grades. So please pay attention. I'm going to be reading out your grades. And then if you have questions concerning your grades, I can only tell you what I see here because Mrs. Katsim is not here to answer your questions. All right? So can I begin? You're paying attention because I will just read them once. I'm not going to be going over and over them. Yes?
Yes, Miss.
I will read for online first and then I will go for to the package one. All right? So Mayeli 16, Alan 91, Krista 79, Valeria 93, Marielle 48, Emerson 82, Isari 69, Pascual 22, Ryan Chan 53, Loriani 81, Bajorn 77, Ryan Folgerite 42, Daisy 0, Jason 35, Kevin 43, Eligio 0, Jextisha 0, Kami 70, Ozair 83, Yelitza 0, Lizette 62, Edwin 89, Yuri 46, Yaretzi 69, Gerald 86, Ryan Victorin 98, Kennedy 0. That is for online. For package Dylan 82, Amirani 100, Antoine 54, Brutali 37, Armin 95, Emmanuel 92, Leandro 88, Devani 71, Miguel 16, Josue 96, Karim 30, Ideal 7, Francisco 61, Kendrick 88, Amador 39, Jennifer 35, Natalie 21, Romir 40, Ernest 75. And those are the grades. Now,
Miss, I could ask a question?
yes, go ahead.
Miss, that are grades that will be shown in report cards?
What I read just now, yes. What I read just now is your average. This is the average. For example, all of you that are online, this is the grade that Mrs. Katsim has in the grade book. After she inserted your 6 grades, those are the grades that I have for you. So if I read a 0, if I read a 16, if I read a 46, those are your grades. That is your average. That is always show up on your report card. Right? Now, anybody has any questions specific to their grade? If you are passing, I know that those of you that are passing, you have no questions. You are okay with your grade. I'm specifically wondering about those of you that are failing. Because those of you that are failing, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of you that are failing. 16 of you that are failing. And those of you that have 69, that is a 69. I don't give away free points. If you have a 69, así va a quedar 69. Like, I'm not going to give you the 70. Because I'm going to be giving you some free points if I round it after the 70, right? You have to understand that as well. And if I give you some free points, it's not fair to those that have like a 72 and I'm not going to give them the 73, right? And I don't want to have that problem with the entire class. Those are persons that have 0, you have a 0 because you never sent in anything from since week 1, which started in November, have not received anything, or you did not send anything to Miss Katsim. That's why she has a 0 there, because you have 0 for everything, right? So, does anybody have any questions specific to their grade? A lot of you don't have missing. A lot of you don't have good grades. And I'm talking in general because some of you that had 90s in cycle 1 now have 70s. So I'm wondering what is going on. Because and some of you, I expected better grades as well when I'm looking at these things. I know that some of you have an 80, and I know that you are more of a 90 student, so you have a 70 right now. And I'm wondering, where did the problem happen? Because I know that you're not a 70 student. So nobody has any questions in regard to your grade. Everybody's accepting their grade, so you know that is the grade that you deserve. Because I'm giving you guys the time to ask questions or to share. My class went silent.
Now, miss, I think miss my grade went low miss actually because of the explanation miss and my understanding miss I maybe understand and that's what I did and I know my grade is
Miss, es que está un poco duro cómo lo hacen explain por eso. Y mientras con usted nos da más information de eso.
Miss, y ni con las activities ahorita que vamos a hacer, no se puede en Pacific.
You guys are only going to have one activity because what I posted in Google Classroom is just one assignment, right? That one assignment has the multiple choice, has the problem solving, and has your reflection, and all of that is worth 100 points. Let me see. Let me just test this out. Let me use Kami. I will use your grade. Your grade is a 70 right now. If I were to include the package grade, what is 100, and let's say that Kami gets a 90, right? Kami gets a 90 out of 100 for that package. Her grade will change from a 70 to a 75. So your grade doesn't go like if you have a 60 or if I get 100, it's not going to go up to a 90. You guys have to understand that as well because it's only one grade. All right? I can't, and you guys have to understand when it comes to a redo, the redo is completely out of the question. The only thing that can help you guys is if you do the revision assessment, which is 100 points, but as I'm showing you right now, it doesn't go up a lot. It might only go up like 5% your grade. So those of you that are failing like with a 62, you are still gonna be failing even though you pass the celebration of learning because your grade doesn't go from a 60 to a 70. That doesn't happen, and the grade book is programmed. And I'm not giving anybody any free points, right? I can't give you points, just give points away. The celebration of learning, I am giving I'm giving extra points for the celebration of learning. Extra points. The celebration of learning is not graded, but I'm giving extra points for the celebration of learning for doing the celebration of learning. But for you to get the extra points, you have to do all 3 parts. You cannot only do one part because you only want 10 extra points. You have to do all 3 parts and you will be getting extra points. Right?
Me sé cuántos extra points van a hacer.
I think, let me see.
Missy, este extra point que usted está haciendo es aparte de el review work, algo así.
Yes, it's apart from it. It's 10 and 20, that's 30. I'm giving 30 points. 30 points, but you have to do all 3 parts. You cannot only do 1 part. Everybody understands? So if you do the reflection and you send your 2 works, but you don't do the video, you are not getting the extra points. You have to do all 3 parts. Right?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Anybody else has any questions? Okay. Now, those of you that are packaged now, you guys are on a little different track because I am the one that was teaching the package group. I was the one that was checking the package group. So if anybody from the package needs to do a redo or to send their missing work, your parent has to call me first. And I don't want, oh, Ernest wants to redo something, so Ernest is going to call me. No. Ernest's mom has to call me and tell me, Miss, my son is going to be redoing it. Right? Or he wants to redo it. You don't want any student, I don't want any sibling, so you don't want your sister or your brother to call me. It has to be your parent because you need to tell your parent as well. My teacher gave me a deadline, but I did not send it for the deadline. That's why my teacher wants you to call her. And this is for the package group because I can't just give you guys, okay, you want to redo it, you want to send it to me, okay, then fine, send it to me. That does not work. You have to have some level of responsibility as well. And when I talk about redo, it doesn't mean that you're going to take your 6 packages and you're going to do all the 6 packages again. No, it's only some of them. And I need to say this for the online group because I sent extra work in the WhatsApp group. I sent you guys, I think, 15 questions to do that I said is extra points. And only one person out of the 30 of you that are online, only one person did those extra points. So from there, I can see that some of you don't have interest in doing your work or putting up your grade because you could have gotten 33 points right there just by doing that work. On the other hand, my package group, almost everybody in the package group did it because they wanted extra points. You have to be more responsible, guys, because I was trying to help you guys and then only one person. I think it was Emerson. I'm not sure. So only one person from the online group did it from all 30 of you. And you could have gotten 30 points there to put up your grade. And free points or extra points are not just going to come all the time. Every week, Miss Mai is going to give you extra points because if it's like that, then everybody does nothing and you just wait for the extra points. All right? So
Excuse me.
yes, Ryan.
Did you receive my one? My extra work that you sent?
I know it was only one student that sent me the extra work, but I'm not sure who it was. Let me check. Yes, I did receive your one, Ryan, because I answered to you.
Okay, thanks, miss.
So it was only one student that sent it to me, and I have 30 something of you that are online. And that 30 points could have helped some of you. Those of you that have a 67, a 68, a 69, you could have had a 70 something right now if you would have done those extra points. Now, online group, you are like this right now because there is little that I can do to help you guys. You need to do your celebration of learning. You need to do the revision package. And I will see what I can do next week because next week Next week I will be teaching and I will be sending you guys assignments. If I grade those assignments, you have a little bit more opportunity of putting up your grade. But I still need to see how that will be possible because I'm not supposed to be grading anything next week.
Miss, I beg you, please give that extra work.
I will see what I can do because I need to sit down and take a look at all of these grades and look at them carefully. Because I'm not sure why you guys failed so horribly. But I will take a look at them and then I will see what I will be doing for next week, right? But for now, this is it. Anybody has any other questions in regard to the grades or in regards to the assignments? No grades? No questions, sorry, no questions. If there are no questions, then I continue.
No, miss, I don't have questions.
Okay, good. Now, your revision assignment, those of you that are packaged, you guys should have already gotten that or should be going to pick it up. The assignment is already posted in Google Classroom. It is right here, Unit 3 Revision Assessment. I have what it's in there, and I also have attached the package for you guys to see. So this is what all of you should have. All right, Cycle 2 revision sheet. And Section 1 is multiple choice. You have 15 multiple choice. Each one of them have A, B, C, D. Now, how are you going to be sending this to me? In your notebook or on a sheet of paper, you are going to write Section 1 multiple choice. You're going to write number 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 15, and you're only going to be writing the letter. You are not going to be writing the question and then A 20%, B 25%, C, and then you circle the answer. That's not what I want you to do. Those of you that are online, this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be writing number 1, the answer is B. Number 2, the answer is C. Number 3, the answer is A. And don't write those answers down because those are not the correct answers. And then those of you that are packaged, you have the package. So you are going to write your answer on the line that I have provided. All right? So this is for Section 1. If you take a look at the question, see number 1 talks about percent discount. Number 2 is order of operations. Number 3 talks about finding the cost of a textbook. Number 4 talks about discount. All of the topics that you have done, that they have taught, you are here, and all of them are mixed up. So you have everything that you have done, from adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, order of operations, decimals, fractions, percentage. Everything is in this package. So when I talk about revision, when we start revision tomorrow, we are going to be starting from the first thing that you did in November, and we're going to be reviewing everything. And you guys will be able to do this assignment. Section 2, short answer. And all of you online and packaged, this is what you're going to be doing. You are going to write the question. You are going to put A. You are going to solve A, do your working, and you are going to underline your final answer. You have to be very neat when doing your work. And I'm going to tell you from right now, if you send me your work all mixed up and your numbers are all over the place, like this is rough work that you are doing, I am not going to be spending a lot of time checking your work. You have to be very neat because you need as much points as possible. See, each one of these is worth 3 points. You write the question, you do your steps, and you underline your answer, and you get 3 points once it's correct. All right? Number 1 talks about arithmetic operations. Defined arithmetic operations. If you guys remember when we did that, when a little symbol means something. Number 2 talks about order of operations, and you have order of operations for whole numbers, for fractions, for decimals. Number 3, order of operations as well for when it talks about decimals, specifically money. Number 4, talks about fractions. Number 5 talks about percentage. And these are 5 short answer questions, your word problems. And then section 3, which is 15 points, you are going to write 1 to 2 paragraphs about the unit's biblical integration and the application of the subject's concepts and to daily life activities. Now, this might be a little bit difficult or for you, specifically because when Mrs. Katsim was teaching, she was not talking about the biblical integration as I would have hoped that would happen. But each of your packages has a little biblical verse that I would put in them. If for those of you that are package, you can easily find that on the first page of your package. For those of you that are online, if you go to the content in Google Classroom, it should be there as well. So let me share this. For those of you that are online, if you guys go to week 6 content, you should see the biblical verse there. And if you want to find the biblical integration, you have to go down, way down to the first thing that is posted in cycle 2, unit 3. And right here we have unit overview, and the unit overview has the biblical integration for all the unit. Those of you that are packaged, when you guys went to pick up your first package in November, then you should have gotten a page that had creation, fall, redemption, restoration. That is the biblical integration of the unit. All right. You take a look at your activity 1. Every activity for each week, the first activity talked about the biblical integration. You remember when you drew your little man and you had to divide your little man? When you talked about your aspirations and your goals, all of those things have to do with the biblical integration of the unit. So that is what you're going to be writing in your first paragraph, or in your for 1 or 2 paragraphs, right? That is what you're going to be writing here. And you're gonna say what you learned about the Bible in relation to math. What did you learn in this unit? Did I learn to be God worshiper? Did I learn to be a creation enjoyer? Did I learn to be an order discoverer? And how does this help you in your daily life? You guys remember when you had to do an act of service, and some of you went to sweep somebody's house and you took a picture of yourself sweeping, and then you had to talk about math and the biblical integration to that person. Those are things that you're going to be writing in this paragraph. What did you learn in this unit? Everybody has that clear? Yes.
Yes,
Good.
yes, yes.
So
Yes.
when you talk about this 1 to 2 paragraphs, one paragraph is like 6 or 8 sentences. If you only want to write 1 paragraph, that is fine, but you have to have your 6 to 8 sentences. If you want to write more than that, you can write 2 paragraphs, but I don't want more than 2 paragraphs. I will be checking spelling, your grammar. If you want to type it, and Word and Google Docs helps you with your spelling, you can go ahead and do that. All right. Those of you that will be writing out your reflective paragraph, take your time. You do that. This is due on Friday. All right. So you have until Friday to do this. I am going to be covering section 1 and section 2 with you guys. This section 3 is to be done by yourself. I am not going to be writing your paragraph for you. All right? I'm not going to tell you, okay, everybody, it's your first sentence is going to say, in math, I learned. We're not going to do that. You're going to write your own paragraph, right? Yes, Ryan, I don't have a problem with that. Once your sentences are well structured, then you are free to write as much as you want to write, but once it's not more than 2 paragraphs, right? Okay, guys, any questions with this?
No, yes.
Yes.
But if we write in the package, miss, it will be mucho photos, miss. You don't think that?
Well, how will you send it to me? You have to take the pictures.
To write in a paper, miss, it will use less photos, miss.
The package is only 5 pages, 4 pages. You will take two pictures of the multiple choice, one picture of your paragraph, and then I don't know how much working you will do for your short answer. Not gonna be a lot of pictures. Unless you take one picture for each question, then yes, it's gonna be a lot. But I don't think you guys will do that. Okay. Let me see. Any questions, guys? No questions?
No, miss.
No, miss.
Okay. So starting tomorrow, I'm looking at its time already. Starting tomorrow, guys, at 8 o'clock. Please be on time tomorrow. Be on time because we don't have time to waste. I have Tuesday and Wednesday to review everything that you did in 2 months, right? Because if you didn't learn it when you were being taught it in 2 months, you have to learn it in 2 days now. All right. So we're going to be going fast when it comes to the revision. And we have class on 8 o'clock. I am not going to be having extra classes this week because I will be at school and I need to clean my room. So I will not be having extra class on Wednesday. It is just going to be the 8 o'clock class. All right. Yes, guys. Okay.
Yes, miss.
Thank you for joining, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Attend your sessions, be responsible, and have fun. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, miss.
Bye. Thank you, Bajorn.
Bye, miss.
Bye.
No, miss.
Bye.
Bye, miss.
Bye, miss. Bye, guys. Bye.
No, miss.
Bye, miss.
Miss, you don't want an ayudante, miss? For your ordination, miss?
You can't go to school, they'll chase you.